Hello, everybody. We're at the bar with a local rock star, and this month we have the fabulous Loya Brothers. Thanks a lot for coming, guys. We appreciate it.
Pleasure to be here, Mitch.
Absolutely.
Pleasure to be here, Mitch.
We have Jacob, Carl, and Danny.
Hey there.
Are you guys originally from here?
Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Homeboys.
Yep. We were both Augusta Health,
Yeah.
and then
Me, UVA.
UVA?
Ah, special, huh?
yeah.
A little bit.
You're the oldest.
Yes, sir.
You're the middle child.
Yep.
You're the baby. Not anymore.
Yeah.
They have another brother, Joseph, right?
Yes, sir.
6 years old. How did the whole Loya Brothers thing start?
Well, honestly, it was pretty random. Like we all had played music in band, but then I would never really perform out or sing or play because I was like tone deaf for most of my life. And then one day I stopped being tone deaf.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like a miracle of God?
Yeah, it was a lot actually. So like, it was my first like big trip away from home. I'd driven up to Erie, Pennsylvania. I was helping a friend move, and then on the way home, just about everything that could go wrong went wrong. So I'm driving my dad's old van, and then the snowstorm comes out of nowhere, and I'm in a t-shirt and shorts and sandals. I don't have a cell phone. I'm just stuck on these back roads, and it's snowing like crazy. The windows are stuck down, the heat doesn't work, so I'm like using my bare arm to wipe off the windshield.
Been
so
there,
I can,
done that.
so I can like see the tree line, and I'm like, I gotta get home. And so the two things that work with this fan are that it propelled forward and the radio. So I'd turn up the radio as loud as it would go, and I'm just like singing along to every song that comes on. And when I got home, I was like, that was the best I ever sang. And a couple weeks later, I went to my first open mic. Jago was 16 at the time. I said, grab your trumpet, let's just go jam out. And then we got offered a gig really soon after that, and then it just kind of happened every week. We just started playing, and 6 years later, and we're still doing it.
So in school, y'all were in the band?
Yeah.
No, they didn't have guitar in the band, did they?
No, I played in the drum line.
Yeah.
So switching to guitar was fun because I actually.
You started with trumpet,
Yes.
and you started with sax?
Oh, yes, I did, yeah.
Nice.
All throughout high school, middle school, we did marching band, jazz band, concert band, all the bands, really.
How did you get your first instruments? Was it like presents? Or...
Well, so for me, my grandfather, or our grandfather, he played guitar, and he had made me an offer. He said if I could learn 100 songs, he'd let me keep one of his guitars. And I knew that really only meant having to learn like 4 chords.
Yeah.
And he knew that too, but I struggled with it. It was rough. I had like no flexibility in my hands, and I really wanted that guitar. So when I would go to bed for school, I would tape my hand to the guitar with duct tape in the shape of the chord I was trying to learn. And then in the morning, I'd cut the tape off, and I'd go to school, and I'd try to write, and I'd just be like... But I got the guitar, and then after playing drums, I really wanted an instrument where I could play like melody and stuff.
Yeah.
So my parents bought me a trumpet, which I never learned because...
Because you knew he was going to.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was Providence.
So here's the thing about that. Originally, I didn't have any care for music. I didn't listen to much music at all. But I was getting a little tired of baseball, so I wanted to try something new. I was going to do the electives in school, but these guys convinced me to pick up trumpet. And for about 4 years, nothing. I couldn't even make a good sound out of it. Out of nowhere, Carl and Danny pushed me to be better at it. And now they helped me get a blessing that I appreciate with pretty much all my heart.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for pushing me to do trumpet.
I mean, all three of you guys are awesome, but I've really noticed your progression from the first time I saw you. You're you're like, wow.
Yes.
All you guys, man. Everybody loves them horns, but
Right.
does it make you jealous when everybody says, we love the horns, and they say, what about me?
Yeah, well, to a degree, but then at the same time, I get them all the time, so it's
Yeah.
like, how jealous can I be when, they lift me up and they make it sound great. And
Here's something you guys probably never heard. We don't like your band. I don't think everyone's ever said that about you guys.
no, we've been very fortunate that everyone we've met for the most part has been
The
very
first time I saw
supportive
you
and
guys
kind.
was here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
You were
Pleasant.
set up right there.
Right.
Yep.
I was coming in here to talk to Chris about some business, you know, and you guys started playing. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I can see this is going to be special right here.
Yeah.
You guys just have the best attitude. You just really pleasant guys. You're just great human beings, in my opinion.
Like
You as well.
Thank you. Thank you. How's your mom and brother doing?
They're doing good. Mom homeschooled Joseph this first year. It was kindergarten for him. And, you know, our mom's kind of person, when she does something, she puts everything into it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like countless hours making workbooks for him by hand and just, you know, really giving it all, her all to give him the
My
best.
wife homeschooled for a while, and it's a daunting task, that's for sure.
Yeah. And, you know, we're supportive, but, like, we're also a little chaotic at home. So it's
Yeah.
like they're homeschooling and we're like, let's go play. And so...
Do all three of you guys book the band, or is it Carl takes care of most of that?
Mostly it's Carl, because, you know, Carl's got this, like, thing with people. He's very charismatic with people, like, very open with, like, talking with people.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever Carl talks to someone, it's always just, like, not even, like, a second. They're just like, you know, I like this guy. I'm going to give this guy some gigs.
Right.
I'm going to give this guy my, like, everything, you
Yeah.
know?
Lately, we've all kind of been doing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Danny's recently got us a couple gigs. So hopefully we'll all keep working at it and become
Now,
a
people are
collective
probably
force.
calling you guys now. It's like you don't always have to, like, knock on doors anymore, right?
Yeah, in the beginning, it was always like sending messages or like someone would introduce us. Like Paul got us our first reoccurring gig, which was here at
At Plaza.
Plaza
Nice.
Azteca at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
We used to play here every other Sunday.
Chris really gives all the new
he's-
guys a chance.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
You know,
He's
Chris
the
is...
best.
He's probably got more, like, fresh bands coming in than any
Yeah.
other place I've seen. It's hard to get your first gig.
It
you
is,
know?
yeah. You know, like, I was worried when we first started playing because, like, I didn't really think we would really go as far as we are now. Like, not that, like, we didn't have the talent or the drive, but, you know, just, like, whenever you start something new, it's always hard to, like, get that momentum going.
Right.
Because, like, you know, like, between social media and people just, like, finding you and finding out where you are and hearing you, you know?
Yeah.
But we're very fortunate to where we're at, you know, and really a lot of it's thanks to people like, you know, Chris, Paul, you Mitch as well, for giving us opportunities and stuff, you
We
know?
played a break here for Crystal Armitrout out in the patio, and that was kind of what got us in the door to play.
Right.
So we owe a bunch of people all
yeah.
the time, and people are always so kind and they help us so much.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate.
It's a great network of musicians we have around here. It's
Absolutely.
Oh, it definitely is.
really not. Back in the day, there used to be a lot more, like, jealousy.
Yeah.
Hey!
Good to see you, sir.
Monkey
Good,
Wine's
sir.
outside playing.
Doing very well.
We're filming our show. Say hi, John.
Oh, you're filming your show?
Yeah, but it's okay for you to stop by and say hello.
I'm just walking in. Hey, everybody. I'm John.
Monkey Wine's outside. We're gonna check them out when we're done.
Right on.
You too, sir.
Another good band. What you got, Jacob?
I'd say the Waynesboro Farmers Market has been there for us for a long time. I would like to say, big thanks to our friend Jerry Kelly for giving us some good friendship and for sticking out some of those long hours in the sun.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Everybody loves those 9 a.m. gigs.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially when we first did the markets, we used to go from 9 to, like, 1, like, you know? Or,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
longer.
We
right?
would do it a little. I think we would do like 7:30 or 8ish.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, now we play 9 to 1, which is still a 4-hour gig.
Right.
Four's tough, man.
Oh, yeah.
3 to me is like perfect.
Yeah.
4 seems, and if you have to play 5 hours, nah, I can hardly do that.
We did our first 5-hour gig this month actually, and it was daunting.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
Because you get past that 3 hours, that's where you're comfortable.
Right.
Then you hit that 4th hour, and you're like, all right, let's squeak by. And then you hit that 5th hour, and you're like, get
The
it,
energy's back.
Yeah.
put it full throttle.
I don't know anything about trumpets, but I know they got those 3 little buttons.
Right.
It's like, how do they get all those chords? Is some of them you just press halfway down and it helps you on the chord, or do you have to go down all the way on each one?
So the way the trumpet works is that you have a body of tubing that is basically like it's very long when you actually unfold all the tubing.
Yeah.
It's about this long. But when you shorten it up and you add valves, what happens is that when you press a valve down, it'll extend the tubing a certain amount. So when you press the first one, it goes about like an inch. The second one goes about a half inch, and the third one, it's about 1 and like a quarter inch. I'm not sure the exact measurements, but you start out with this thing called the harmonic series. So you know how the guitar has E, A, D, G, B, E? Some of that, it kind of resembles the harmonic series. Basically, the trumpet can play all those strings, and all of those buttons are like frets. You have 7 combinations, and you have a theoretically infinite amount of strings to go up. So when I start from a low B flat to a high B flat, that's about 5 strings that I can pluck, and then when I use the valves, those are my frets. I have 7 different frets I can change by changing the length of the horn.
Oh, okay.
I apologize if that's a little.
No.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know any of that. That's awesome.
Jacob's a smart one when it comes to all the music stuff, because he went to, still going to EMU. He's finishing up his senior year, but
Yeah.
he's like the more.
Jacob's got all the like applied talent, and he's got like kind of more like the natural talent. Like he just kind of does it. And then I'm the handsome one, I guess. So we all have a role to play in the band.
Now, how many buttons are on the saxophone?
Well, you got your main 6, and then you got 4 like on your pinky side.
It's like a piano where you're doing this kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like you got your main like fingerings, which is like your white keys, and then like the side keys are like the black keys. They go sharps and flats.
Yeah.
So.
When you got your new sax, I was really excited. I was
Yeah,
like, ooh,
yeah.
that thing is beautiful.
Well, I remember I was just gonna play my old alto, which that thing is. I should have been better, like in high school, but I would sit on it, like on like bus rides home, because it would like lift me up, and I would relax. Like, this is so nice, like not thinking that I'm crushing my poor instrument,
Yeah.
and now it barely plays.
Yeah.
But I was originally gonna play that, but then it was my dad actually who was like, "You should get a new saxophone. Come work with me," because my dad, or our dad was a truck driver, and for a long time I used to go with him on the road, and I would make little cash here and there, I'd help him out with stuff.
Yeah.
But that's how I started paying for it. I'd help him out. He would give me a little bit of cash, and we'd work on it together, pay it off.
Did you get that online or you at a music store?
Over at in Harrisonburg, there's a shop called Shen Valley Band. That's like the main spot for like all the schools and stuff. That's where I'd always get my things and all that.
Yeah.
And I called them up saying, "Hey, I'm looking for a sax," and Jacob was like, "You should get the Custom Z," because I didn't really know what really was out there yet. Because I was gonna just buy a cheap one off Amazon, but then Jacob was also like, "Get the Custom Z,"
Yeah.
which is like
It's a great saxophone.
a great saxophone, manufactured in Japan, all like handcrafted, like pretty much like custom made.
Yeah.
And then it ships to California, then ships over to here. So
Well, when the band started, you didn't have a sax at all. You just sang.
no, I used to stand with my hands in my pocket. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
One time my grandma was
doing a
watching
song,
us.
just kind of
Yeah.
put them up like this, or like out.
yeah, I would
do
just
a
be
little
like,
bit of the robot.
our grandma saw us one day. She's like, "You need something in your hands, so you look like a fool." And I was like, "Oh, grandma."
Grandma laying it down, right?
Yeah, she was like, "You need something. You need to be doing something." And I was like, "Okay."
It's like when Carl got his new guitar, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
you like that, didn't you?
Yeah, I was.
You were
I was
just going from
proud.
acoustic to kind of an electric thing, right? But
Right.
it's an electric acoustic, basically.
Yeah, I went back and forth on whether or not I would ever make that transition, but like, I'm really glad I did. Like, it's some people will look at it and say it's a gimmick guitar, but for what we do, it's the perfect guitar. You
And the
know.
strings are thinner too, where it makes it a little easier in the long run on
Yeah,
your fingers and
absolutely.
stuff.
I couldn't do those back-to-back 4-hour gigs without them.
So did you guys just start in the living room singing to mom and dad and the family, one of those kind of things?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so like, growing up, me and Danny would always sing a lot. Initially, we'd watch like movies, and then we'd just sing parts to it. But like to say, I was tone deaf through most of that. So I would never actually like pick up my guitar and
Yeah.
play or sing a lot. But our mom would always sing to us. She's an incredible voice, and our dad would sing to us too. And we were just exposed to music like so much. Our grandfather would play for us, and so they really fostered a deep love and connection to it.
So you obviously have some Spanish roots. Was that your grandfather? Was he from Spanish side?
Yeah, so yeah, our on our father's side, all of his family.
I really shouldn't say Spanish. That's more the language, right?
Yeah, well,
Well, no,
you know,
it's
it,
not good.
we're with
Yeah,
you
yeah,
either way.
yeah, same thing, yeah.
Yeah, we're Hispanic and our family's from Mexico.
Yeah.
But
You know, it's still the
most,
same thing, you know.
most of them are from the state of Chihuahua, so
Yeah.
they say Chihuahuan.
Well, you can't say that, but
But you know, we have a lot of family in Mexico that are musicians too.
oh yeah,
Like
okay.
a big group of our uncles and cousins, and so we would go to Mexico twice a year, every year since I was born, pretty much, and listen to them play and play with them. So we have a lot to thank for that.
Nice.
Interrupted again.
oh, you're good, man.
Come on in.
Have a great day.
Tell them how much you like the Loya Brothers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys are easy to recognize, man.
Yeah,
Nobody like the Loya Brothers.
yeah, we're fortunate that we haven't had anyone come up and like Molotov cocktail us or
Right.
something, or like
Yeah.
hit us with a shopping cart. There, everyone's always so nice to us. We're very fortunate that we've had 99% great experiences.
Yeah. Would you guys prefer to just play you three, or do you like having the full band too?
You know, sometimes it's really good to just kind of cut it down and like get to like the base of it, but like we try to be really fluid with our music. So like besides the three of us, the other musicians can be different people every week or even multiple on the same day depending on the gig. So
Yeah.
I think it kind of keeps us loose and able to jam pretty well.
A lot of people do that around here. Like, you know, like Crystal will have, you know, certain lineups for certain
Right.
gigs. And that's pretty cool, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely.
think
It
so,
definitely
too.
gives other people like a chance to jam out with other bands. You know,
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, test waters, like see how one guy does it, then another one. You know.
Yeah.
Every time we do a big jam, I'm always like picking up stuff from everybody. I'm like, Mitch sang it that way, or this guy plays it that way, or
Right.
something. It's like maybe I could do that, or this, or that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fun. I think it's a good way to foster growth. But I do love having a drummer.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think the ideal small version of the band is at least the three, and then a drummer, and then you put another guitarist or a bassist in there, and we start getting spoiled. But
Right.
Well, some of those guys, what's that thing where you sit on it and play the drums?
Okay.
Oh, is it a
Yeah.
It's okay, but I'd rather have a real drum kit up there. When
No, yeah, definitely.
That
Yeah.
kind of gets old, doesn't it?
Right.
And I know I'm hurting some people's feelings. I know Carl Moyer does it a lot, but he's
Yeah.
really good at it.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We've talked. Carl's moonlighted with us a lot, and he's always told me that he really likes the cajon. But I don't think we've ever had a gig where he's been able to play the cajon. 'Cause,
Yeah.
And we've had gigs where it's like we could only have a cajon player, but then like he would be here, we'd be there. But it's like if we ever need a cajon player, he's definitely who I go to in my mind because
So you guys working, or is it just the music thing? I know you're going to school still, right?
Yeah.
What are you majoring in? Or do you have a major yet?
Yeah, music.
Oh, music?
Yeah. I'm still well. I'm putting my efforts into like everything I can. So composition, trumpet, and I guess anything that I can learn. Really, I've noticed that the thing with music is that it's all about just getting as much as you can, rather than trying to be the best of one thing.
Yeah.
There's so many skills you need, like being able to hear when someone's got their capo off, or being able to like see if the bass is like out of tune, being able to hear these things.
Right.
All these little skills, they add up, and I'd rather be like a jack of all trades than someone who just sticks in his own corner doing, you know, God knows what.
he keeps us in check.
Yeah, he does.
He's
He's the one where always like, hey, what key is this in? You know, like if I'm playing this and this in here, Carl's got capo here, where do I go from there?
yeah.
You know?
He's like Spock. He's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
logical
exactly.
guy. Right?
Yeah, he's the one who's like, we do this, that, like this.
is,
You know?
he is the grease for the wheel. He
That is
keeps
true,
it.
yeah.
He keeps it spinning.
I know we talked about this earlier before we started filming, but he lost one of his heroes today.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Hulk
oh.
Hogan, man. Oh,
Oh,
man, he really loved that dude, did
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan was a treasure,
just-
you know?
he? He was a
I don't know,
treasure.
Hulk, whether it's, you know, in his prime or the New World Order, just Hulk had this chaotic energy that sometimes when I'd see like old highlight reels of him, just made me get up and want to, you know, seize the day.
Right.
Weren't you Hulk Hogan for one of the first Halloween shows we did?
I think
I think
was.
you were, yeah.
I gotta find that picture actually. If I remember correctly, like one of the first Halloween gigs we booked, that block party, I'm pretty sure you went as Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, you were. That
Who was his favorite opponent? The Andre the Giant? Is that the one you liked, or was there somebody else you'd like to see him beat on?
Andre the Giant's my personal favorite. I love Andre the
It's
Giant.
cool, man.
Yeah.
It's cool.
You know, I grew up watching the
Andre's awesome.
Hulk TV series,
Right.
and it was fun.
They say he could drink like 50 beers at a
Yeah.
time. He was like huge, man. The guy was a monster, man.
That's how Jacob is. Like Jacob's got
Right.
like such strong hands
Oh, yeah.
and stuff, and
Look at that palm on that dude, man.
well, like he'll play bass lines on the piano and
Oh,
then
it's
he'll
so
play
cool when
his
he does
trumpet
it,
at the
like-
same time.
Yeah.
I think if God had given him like a third or fourth arm, he'd just be picking up more instruments.
It's cool when he does it though, because you know, like it just adds like that extra like magic to the band. You know, if you don't
Yeah.
do bass lines and play drum, I couldn't because you know I.
Are you pretty much sax, that's it? Or you do other things too?
Danny dances.
Okay, so I can't help it because like whenever I'm playing sax, I start to move and I can't help it. It's like I don't even know what
not
I'm
a
doing.
bad
This-
thing.
Yeah, but
love
like I'll do this like little shimmy thing where I'm like this, and
we were
I can't help it sometimes. It's
we were playing yesterday at the bar, and I look over and Danny's just facing the opposite way, like doing this, and
Yeah.
I'm like, Danny, turn around so the mic will get you, and he goes, and then he just keeps dancing. Like,
but I also do like vocals in the band too. I do a couple songs with the boys and
Yeah.
but like mainly like backup harmonies and like I'll take lead on some songs. You know,
You
play
sing any
ukulele
lead yet?
that too.
Probably like 3 songs. I know people love when I sing Monster Mash.
Monster Mash.
That's my favorite
that
song he
always
does.
gets
It's
requested
such a
every
good
year.
one.
Wow.
Yeah,
I remember when that song came out, man.
Right.
That was back in the 70s. That was a big show, man. That was a lot of fun.
you've been doing a lot of Johnny Cash lately.
Yeah, J.O.'s got this wonderful baritone voice. Whenever we do like Sunday morning coming down,
Yeah.
I love it when he does it because he hits it so good.
Thank you, buddy. Johnny Cash is weird because in the morning I can hit those low E flats, those low E's,
Right.
but at night when my voice is shot or like when I've been talking all day, it's really hard to get down to that really low bass voice of Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
He had a deep voice.
Oh yeah.
he did. Guy's a legend, man.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
definitely one of those top ones that you try to emulate that like magic. You would
It
get on
doesn't get
stage,
much
you know?
better than the Chicken in Black, does it?
Yeah.
Man, I love the chicken black.
There's not many guys left from that era. I think like Willie might be the only one left.
Yeah.
You know.
Probably right, because
Danny does whenever we do a song that Willie Nelson sings, Danny does kind of like a impersonation. Yeah. I love it. It makes me laugh every time.
You put the pigtails on. You don't have the wig or nothing, do you?
no.
I've seen bands do that where they put that wig on, where he's
Oh,
got
that's-
them little ponytails.
That's funny.
Willie's so cool, man.
Oh
He
yeah.
I
is.
saw him in concert. It's
Oh heck yeah. Was that?
probably been about 10 years ago over in Charlottesville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Willie's gonna be one for me, like Hulk Hogan is for Jay, where I'm just gonna be
Right.
like,
yeah.
That's gonna hurt because Willie, he's an amazing singer, amazing like guitar player. I love the way he plays guitar.
Yeah. He's
know, it's-
underrated.
yeah,
Oh, definitely, yeah.
he's super talented.
And
Like-
that guitar, man. That old thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's got a name. What is it called?
Trigger.
Trigger.
Yeah, man, I love it. That giant hole in it is just, it's
Yeah.
just so cool how like it's just like so much history behind that guitar.
Got like a natural F hole from
Yeah.
that hole.
My original guitar that when we started the band that I would play, I had where my pick would hit the body of the guitar. I'd worn this hole about this big, and every time I look at it, I'd be like, one day this will be my trigger, I guess. So I just keep playing, but eventually kind of
Yeah.
move on and look for
Yeah.
better sound, I guess. But
Well, now you can do it to your Christmas song. You just create another hole.
yeah, I'll just sit there with a fork for like an hour, and then I'll. That's the economic thing to do.
Right.
The expensive guitar.
You guys play all year long? I mean, I know the Wahookies, we take a break in the winter just to learn new songs, but you guys
Yeah.
keep going the whole year, don't you?
Yeah, we typically do. Like, it slows down at certain points,
Right.
but kind of like what you had talked about earlier, where, we used to have to go out and book a lot, but now it comes to us. We've been fortunate that for like the last, I want to say, 3.5, maybe 4 years, we're just constantly reached out to. So it's only been like 1 or 2 venues that I've tried to reach out to book, but they keep us busy. Which is good because if we have too much free time, who knows what'll happen,
Right.
I mean, you guys are relatively young, you got your whole career waiting for you.
Yeah.
You'll see, there's going to be a lot of surprises along the way, and
Oh yeah, definitely.
maybe
Yeah.
some disappointments too. You know,
Right.
it's not always roses and rainbow farts.
Yeah. No, we're very grateful for any opportunity, and we're just happy to get to play.
Yeah, that's good. You guys are a major contributor to this thing we have every year, which is the Loya Roberts Memorial Jam, which honors your dad and Tony Roberts, who you guys never met. That's how it kind of started. About 15 years ago, we had some of these jams for Tony, but it was basically bands.
Right.
And then your father passed away, and wanted to know if we could have some kind of service for him. And we started calling all the musicians, and they came together, and it was like mix and match, and you started something there, and we kept it going. So now we do it every year, and whatever donations we have, we hand it off to a fellow musician or
Right.
a family of a musician that might need some help. Tell me about your dad's story, if you don't mind.
Oh, of
I know
course.
it's painful.
Well, no, you know, we loved our dad. You know, our dad was everything to us. You know, and you know, like we love like telling our dad's story. You know, because it helps in a way still keep him alive, but also always on our minds. You know, I mean, he's always on our minds too. You know, because like we're
I think our dad could be best described in one word, and that'd probably be brother.
yeah.
When he first came to the United States, he was very religious, very hardworking, and everyone who met our dad knew him as brother. Everyone called him brother. A lot of people thought that was his name. And our dad, I mean, from the time he could walk, he worked his whole life to give for other people. He was a very unselfish person. He was very loving, very happy, very kind. He'd, you know, even as adults, even on the day he passed away, I saw him that morning, and I had like tripped and fallen into like a little pothole in the parking lot of our house, and he helps me up and gives me a kiss on the forehead, tells me he loves me, and like, you know, I'm a big grown man at this point. My dad never afraid to like grab you and show you love and just be
Yeah.
like, my boys. He was awesome. He would never really do for himself. He would just do for everyone around him, and I think it's a philosophy we try to hold on to.
I know I can't speak for your father, but I know he's damn proud of you boys.
Yeah.
And we're all proud of you. What do you got?
Dad had I don't know, just something about Dad. Just one look at him and you just saw this wonderful, strong, kind force of nature. Dad could bear any burden that he was asked to be given. He could bear anything just because something in him was just so kind and pure. My dad would give the shirt off his back to a stranger, even if, you know, he'd give his last 20 to a stranger, all because he knew that in the end, no matter what he gave up, no matter what, you know, he did to be kind, the Lord would be with him. And many times I've seen my dad, you know, have to struggle through something that I know I would not want to struggle through myself, and he still pushed through. And to lose that force of nature that you've had all your life just changes you.
No,
But-
I lost my mom last year, but it was a drawn out thing where you have time to say goodbye and stuff like that. But your dad, it was sudden, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, it was a crash. So
yeah.
It was a
yeah.
truck, he was a trucker, and
Yeah, there was
well, he was driving, and then there was this young man who was like racing and hit his truck, and our dad pretty much like swerved off, I think, into like the middle.
the middle of the highway.
'Cause
You know that
the
like
poli- the
Greenwich
police
Mean
told
Street?
us-
Yeah.
The police had told us that the decision he made was so that he wouldn't take other lives, and you know they were real compassionate about it. Said that our dad until the last moment was doing what he could for other people, and
that's great. We can honor his memory every year with the jam.
Absolutely.
You know,
Oh yeah, you know,
it's probably the thing I look forward to every year more than anything
Oh,
is
yeah,
that
so do we.
jam.
You know, honestly, like I still like cannot find the words to express how how much it meant to us. Like, you know, when we first pulled up and I saw all these wonderful people, musicians, and just people that we didn't even know just came out to support, you know, just someone in need, you know. And I always think back to like how amazing it felt just seeing so many of you guys coming together, you know, just giving your time and your effort and, you know, just really honoring, you know, someone that, like, you know, was a good man, you know.
When something like that usually happens and you call the other musicians, they're like, well, you know, I'll see if I can fit it in. But everybody was like, yeah, I'm in. And a lot of these people didn't really have a deep, long connection with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, so that was awesome.
It was, yeah.
They just knew what kind of guys you were.
Well, I know that we had just like really started, you know, and you know, like it was what, like our third-ish year that we were playing?
Yeah.
Fourth? Second?
Third. We've been playing for about 6 years. It's been about 3 since our dad
Yeah,
passed.
so I'd say about the third year
So
we
he
started.
definitely got to see some of your gigs,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it was
You know, actually, he
2022,
came out for a
right?
gig
So then-
for.
What was that?
Yeah, it was like a fourth
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
remember him and our mom came out for a gig one time. It was on Carl's birthday, and you know, he like never really got a chance to see because he was always working, but he was off for like a whole period of time, so he came out to see us a lot at shows and stuff. And I remember looking out, seeing him and our mom like at the table. They were having a drink because our dad didn't really drink a lot. Didn't do a lot of things like that. You know, he was always very like, you know, didn't like drink. He didn't do much. You know, he would always work, come home, make food, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a very important memory for me. I think it was my 22nd birthday or something. At like Shenandoah Brewery back in Stanton, back when they were open. But our dad, you know, on the weekends when we'd all be off, we'd go over to our grandma's house and we just set up our little system and we would just
Jam
do
it out.
concerts for them right there. And our dad and mom would get mics to sing with us, and it got some of the best memories of
You
my
got
life.
any videos of those?
Oh yeah, we
Probably
do.
do
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, great.
Actually, you know,
Some of our dad doing
yeah.
El Sol
We
Note
do.
send some of those
That's
songs.
special. Hold on to those
yeah.
things, right?
Absolutely.
One of our dad's favorite songs was actually Jay and the Americans. Every time he would always be like, you know what you gotta play? You gotta play that Jay and the Americans. And I'd be like, okay, Dad, we will. He was like, you didn't play that last time. You gotta play it, you know? And he always just loved hearing it, you know? We'd like,
I think the first song you guys played when I was in here was like "Wasted Days and Wasted."
yeah, good
yeah,
old
we
Freddie
haven't done that
Bender.
one.
That's been a
I
long
was
time.
like, wow.
Yeah.
You guys already hooked me because that was my boy back in the '70s.
Oh, that's what happened with Paul too. Like the first time Paul saw us, we did The Last Teardrop Falls.
Yeah, yeah.
And he'd
Yeah.
come riding up on his unicycle to the farmer's market, and he hops off, and then we finish, and he smacks the ground and goes, "Those Loya Brothers, I like it."
What's he do? Love the lawyer?
Yeah,
Is that his thing?
love the lawyers, right?
I
Yeah.
love Paul. He's a
Everybody loves Paul, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was in my first band with Paul, you know.
that's awesome.
It was his first band too. First time I met Paul, he was still in high school, and he was at my house, and my sisters brought him home. And was like, "This is Paul Klein, Dad." And he was on a porch on the steps. He grabs my dad's shoe and starts chewing on it. I'm like, wow.
One of my favorite memories of Paul was we were playing this like back to school kind of charity event. Actually, it's happening again this Saturday. It was last year that it happened. And they were giving haircuts to the community, and they had a dunking booth, just giving back to the community. And Paul's like, "Give me a minute, I'm going to be right back." And he goes and gets a haircut. And then he goes and gets in the dunking booth, all in the middle of us playing our set. And then he just jumps back in the middle of the song. And we're like,
I remember that. That was
"What happened, Paul? You're soaking wet." And he's like, "Let me tell you." And then he takes his tom off of his drum and he's just walking around playing for the kids.
yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
That was a
wow.
good time.
I've seen that boy bleed more than anybody. He used to beat those things. He would bleed.
Yeah.
His knuckles would be bleeding. He's crazy, man.
He's an artist.
He is. You know what? He's a hell of a drummer, but I love it when he gets up and sings.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He puts on a great show, man.
Yeah.
He really gets into the song, yeah.
especially when he does Ripple. I love when he does Ripple because he just really takes it, you know.
Yeah. When he drinks Ripple.
No. When he
Oh, man. What do you think the future is holding for you guys? Just keep expanding, and
Yeah,
do you guys want to go to New York, or do you just, whatever happens, happens?
well, you know, we love playing music. We've been we So probably the biggest issue we have as a group is we never practice. We just play live all the time.
Right.
I think in the 6 years, we've had maybe 10 or 11 practices as a band.
yeah.
And we live together, which is the worst part of it. We could just grab
Right.
instruments whenever, but
No girlfriends yet?
No.
Girls, what are you waiting for? Musicians. They make money. They're nice people. They're cute. They're teddy bears. What's going on here, guys?
no, we
They'll come sooner or later.
yeah.
You watch. You'll see that one girl and you'll get them googly eyes and
Right.
she'll have them too, man. You'll be locked in. Next thing you know, you'll be in love and there goes the band.
we're trying to. I've always kind of seen that, like, whoever I wind up with, I'm hoping would be a musician, someone that
Right.
we could kind of share that with.
That's the dream right there.
Definitely my dating history is usually
Yeah.
musicians. So
Well, we're kind of winding down here, guys. It's been great interviewing. I'd like to give you each 2 or 3 minutes just to tell a story or make a statement or share something that's on your heart.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start from oldest to youngest.
All right.
All right. Let me see how I'm feeling.
You said I was going to surprise you.
Yeah.
Here
you
it
got
is.
Me. You got me.
Here it is.
I love music. I think one of the best things I've experienced as a musician over all these years of playing is getting other people into music. One of the first things we would always do is we would always invest part of each show into buying shaker eggs to give out to kids. We've bought probably over
What, like-
1,600,
right. 1,700
shaker eggs over the last 6 years and given them to so many kids. I have to think that there's so many parents who just despise us for it. I imagine all the car rides where all they hear is then thrown at the windshield as kids do,
It could be worse. It could be one of those little play horns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I thought about bringing those into the band too. Just like, hey, you like music? Have a toy trumpet.
So our next investment, yeah, that I think that'll work. But
Not doing the sticker things like the Findels where they got stickers all over the place.
Yeah,
all
we-
over the world, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
we,
much.
We have been. Our mom actually made a logo for us, and we've been having merch and stuff, which has been its own interesting experience. Because even when we started booking shows, it was hard for us to be like, hey, pay us money because we just loved doing it so much. So now we're at a point where we sell T-shirts and we're like, just take it. And they're like, you're not selling this? I'm like, I'm selling it, but you've come to one of our shows before, so you can have it. And they're like, no, here,
That
take
kind of
some
thing pays off, though.
Right,
eventually,
right.
Danny, what you got for us, buddy?
Like Carl was saying, I love music. I love playing music with my brothers. I think the one thing I love most about, though, something that I think should be said about music is whenever we play music, we always play to the audience. We're always playing to we try to play with what people want to hear.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, we'll always take requests, and I think it's I know some people they don't tend to take requests because it's hard to kind of just jump in and do a song, but I think it's cool because a lot of times you never know what a song can mean to a person,
Right.
There was one time we were over in Stanton busking. This is one of the first times we were playing together, and I was like, hey Carl, just for fun, let's do this old Hank Williams tune, and just for fun of it. I think it was Lord Build Me a Cabin, and we started jamming it out. And out the corner of my eye, I see this girl running down Main Street, and she comes up and she's like, that song y'all just played, it was amazing. My grandmother loved that song, and she told us this beautiful story about how much it meant to her. And so whenever we do requests, whenever we do things like that, I always have this real love for it because you never know what it means to someone when you're playing something they want to hear, when you're really trying to tap into what they want to feel.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Jacob, what you got?
There's just so many good stories, and you guys took them all.
I'm sorry, Jacob.
You can tell some bad stories.
Well, I think honestly, I think the point that I'd like to say is that more importantly than any the pure enjoyment of music, the moments where just all the stars align and the harmony and the sound is so perfect. It feels like time slows down and I get a chance to look at everybody's eyes and see this is real. And just music has so many out-of-body experiences where it just feels like I could live in that moment forever and go home and just He's so happy with everything.
I think this guy could be the leader of a religious cult,
Yeah.
man. He's just got a very calming.
You know,
It's like,
people
man.
will come up to us at shows and they'll be a little intoxicated and they'll look at Jacob, this strong, stoic man. They'll be like, "Why is he so upset?" And I'll be like, "That's a stoic man with the heart of a poet." Jacob, one of my all-time favorite memories of music was we played this big Spanish cultural festival, Mexalachin thing for people. People with like roots living in this area who came from like Spanish areas or their families, and then at the very end they're doing the last song of the night, and then Jacob just sprints into this crowd of people and he's jumping through the air like a gazelle,
And he's just doing this like
doing
dance.
this interpretive dance,
And it was
me and Danny were both just like
It was
jaws
magical.
to the floor.
because like Jacob was just so graceful, but also like
I don't think I'd
powerful.
ever seen
The way he
Jacob
was
dance
like
in
dancing,
my
it was
life before
yeah.
that. And then all of a sudden it was like he was flying, and then the entire crowd like rallied around him, and they were like pretty much worshiping at the altar. So
It was like one of those like that star moment. That's what me and Carl felt that moment. Like the whole world slowed down. You were just like, Shh.
I think Jacob, you have to use your power for good. I don't want to go 20 years down the road and see a Netflix special about it. So just keep using it for music, I guess.
Yes, brother. Yes.
Well, I really want to thank you guys for being on the show. Just want you guys to know everybody in the Valley just loves you guys and respects you, and it looks forward to hearing you every time you play. And we want to thank Luke, and we want to thank Plaza Antigua. They're getting ready to feed us some of their great food that we love.
Oh yeah, wonderful food.
Yeah.
Love it here.
Good
In San
drinks.
Jose.
Monkey Wine's outside, so we're going to check them out. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.